More women are being encouraged into automotive engineering than ever before. But that's because at the start of the industry, women were kept out. In the early 1900s, when the car industry was forming, engineering and workshops were framed as men's work. We did have some trailblazers during that time, notably Bertha Benz and many others, who started to set the stage. But a lot of their stories were squashed. In fact, women were rarely allowed into technical roles or apprenticeships, and some even snuck into them. By the 1910s and 1920s, women were already designing, building, and running parts of the industry, but their work was often hidden behind corporations or significant male figureheads. Now, during World War I and World War II, a pivot started to happen. With a lot of the men going off to war, women were called to work in the factories and take up technical roles. This included all sorts of things like driving, machinery and ammunition manufacturing. And during this period, they proved they could build and work with complex machines at scale, despite public perception. Now, after the wars had ended, we saw a shift with many women being pushed out of those engineering and technical roles once their male counterparts had returned. But despite the doors closing after briefly opening, it actually sparked interest, and we started to see even more women voice their opinion and their innovations in the space. But the real shift happened much later, when women were given more access into the engineering and STEM-based subjects. And that's when the industry started really to progress, by listening to multiple voices, by taking on board a range of knowledge. It only helped to strengthen the industry further. And that wasn't because the talent finally appeared. It was because access meant that more women could enter the space. And in turn, it inspired even more people to enter the industry altogether. Now we celebrate those inventions, those innovations, the technology that has come out. Because when we work together, we create something amazing.